Stop sleeping like that. I am serious. The position you have used for the past 30 or 40 years may be silently damaging your body right now. And here is what makes this dangerous. You will not feel it happening. You will wake up thinking you slept fine. You will move through your day. You will assume everything is normal. Meanwhile, every single night, your heart may be under strain. Your airway may be collapsing. Your brain may be clearing waste less efficiently. Your spine may be under rotational stress for 6 to 8 hours straight. If you are over 60, sleep position is no longer about comfort. It becomes a medical decision. And I will be honest with you. Early in my career, I underestimated this. I focused on cholesterol, blood pressure, exercise, medication compliance. I rarely asked patients how they slept, not how long, but how they positioned their bodies. That was a mistake. Over time, patterns became impossible to ignore. Patients with chronic reflux almost always slept flat or on their right side. Patients with persistent morning back stiffness often slept twisted. Patients with worsening sleep apnea preferred flat back sleeping. Patients with nighttime palpitations frequently favored right side positioning. The body was telling a story. The research eventually confirmed it. A long-term study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine followed over 12,000 adults for nearly a decade. Among older adults, certain habitual sleep positions were associated with up to a 34% higher risk of cardiovascular events. 34%. That is not a small margin. And that risk came not from lifestyle change, but from mechanical positioning during sleep. But it does not stop there. Stony Brook University researchers found that improper positioning can reduce the brain's glymphatic clearance, the system responsible for removing toxic metabolic waste, by as much as 40%. That waste includes amyloid beta proteins. Yes, the same proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. Sleep is when your brain detoxifies itself. If positioning interferes with that process, damage accumulates quietly. No pain, no warning, no immediate symptom, just gradual biological cost. Now, before this sounds overwhelming, here is the encouraging truth. This is fixable. No medication, no surgery, no expensive device required, just mechanical correction. Tonight, I am going to walk you through 4 sleep positions adults over 60 should seriously reconsider. We will move from number 4 to number 1, and the number 1 position is the one most people believe is safe. But first, I want to know something. How have you been sleeping for decades? On your back? On your right side? Twisted? Arms overhead? Let me know in the comments your age and your usual position. I read the comments carefully because patterns matter. Now let us begin. Number 4, the twisted torso position. This is extremely common. You lie on your side, your hips roll forward, your shoulders rotate back. Or you lie on your back and your knees fall to one side. It feels relaxed, but biomechanically, it creates rotational torque along the entire spinal column. When you are younger, your intervertebral discs are hydrated and resilient. After 60, discs lose height and elasticity. Facet joints become more sensitive. Cartilage repair slows significantly. A study in Spine examined MRI scans of adults over 60 and found that more than 70% showed measurable lumbar disc degeneration. Now add nightly rotation to that equation. Rotation creates asymmetric compression. Compression creates inflammation. Inflammation accelerates degeneration. Johns Hopkins researchers reported that adults who habitually slept in rotated positions were more than twice as likely to experience prolonged morning stiffness. But here's what most people do not connect. When your spine twists, your rib cage shifts. When your rib cage shifts, breathing mechanics change. When breathing mechanics change, oxygen exchange efficiency subtly declines. Over years, small nightly inefficiencies matter. Twisting also compresses abdominal organs. The stomach and intestines do not sit rigidly, they respond to posture. Research in the American Journal of Gastroenterology found that seniors sleeping in rotated positions reported significantly higher rates of nighttime reflux. The correction is alignment. Shoulders, spine, pelvis, and knees facing the same direction. Place a pillow between your knees to prevent hip collapse. Use a medium firm mattress that supports natural curves. Choose a cervical pillow that keeps your neck aligned with your thoracic spine. Oklahoma State University researchers found that switching to medium firm support reduced back pain by nearly half within weeks. Alignment reduces inflammation, improves breathing mechanics, reduces morning stiffness. Now let us move to something affecting nerves and circulation. Number 3, arms overhead. Many people fall asleep with arms raised, under the pillow, above the head, extended upward. It feels open and comfortable, but anatomically this narrows the thoracic outlet, the space where major nerves and blood vessels pass between your collarbone and first rib. With age, this space becomes less forgiving. Tendons stiffen, joint mobility decreases, soft tissue thickens. Holding arms overhead for hours compresses neurovascular structures. Cleveland Clinic research observed that more than 60% of seniors reporting nighttime hand numbness habitually slept with arms elevated. After correction, most saw improvement within weeks. But circulation is only part of the issue. The rotator cuff muscles, already vulnerable after 60, remain under tension in the overhead position. The Journal of Shoulder and Elbow Surgery reports that rotator cuff degeneration is present in a significant percentage of adults over 60, often without obvious daytime symptoms. Nightly overhead positioning adds sustained stress. Micro tears accumulate. Inflammation builds. Mobility declines gradually. The safer alternative is arms down. Elbows below shoulder level. Arms resting gently at the sides or supported on pillows. Place small cushions under forearms to prevent unconscious elevation. If you hug a pillow, keep it at chest level. Evening stretching can help reduce unconscious arm repositioning during sleep. Now we move into cardiovascular territory. Number 2, right side sleeping. This surprises many patients. The heart sits slightly left of midline. When you lie on your right side, gravity shifts cardiac mass subtly toward the right lung. In younger individuals, this rarely creates measurable stress. In aging hearts, especially those with mild diastolic dysfunction or rhythm instability, it can. Research published in cardiology journals has observed positional changes in cardiac filling and chamber mechanics between right and left side sleeping. Additionally, stomach anatomy favors left side positioning. When sleeping on the right, gastric contents are more likely to move toward the esophagus. Clinical studies measuring reflux episodes consistently show higher reflux frequency on the right side compared to the left. Chronic reflux is not merely uncomfortable. It promotes inflammation. It damages the esophageal lining. It increases long-term risk of Barrett's esophagus. Left side sleeping supports more efficient gastric emptying, improved lymphatic drainage, reduced reflux frequency, potentially improved cardiac comfort in certain populations. Place a pillow behind your back to prevent rolling. Use a knee pillow to maintain spinal alignment. And now we come to the most important position. Number 1, flat on the back. This is the one many people believe is safest, straight, neutral, symmetrical. But after 60, it can be physiologically risky. When lying flat, gravity pulls the tongue and soft palate backward. Airway muscle tone decreases with age. This increases airway collapse risk. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine reports significantly higher rates of sleep-disordered breathing in older adults in supine positions. When the airway collapses, oxygen drops. When oxygen drops, the brain triggers micro-awakenings. Heart rate increases. Blood pressure spikes. This can happen dozens of times per hour without full awareness. Long-term untreated sleep apnea dramatically increases cardiovascular risk. Now consider this. Stanford researchers demonstrated that elevating the upper body by just 20 to 30 degrees reduced oxygen desaturation events by more than 60% in seniors with breathing instability. 60% from angle alone. Elevation also reduces reflux. It supports glymphatic clearance. It reduces pressure on abdominal contents. Flat positioning increases reflux risk. It narrows airways. It may impair optimal brain waste removal dynamics. The elevated back position, ideally combined with left side positioning, offers multi-system benefit. Use a wedge pillow or adjustable base. Ensure the incline begins at the hips, not just the neck. Avoid stacking multiple pillows under the head alone. That can worsen airway angle. Begin gradually if needed. 15 degrees for a week, then increase. Most people adapt within 2 weeks. Let me summarize clearly. Avoid spinal twisting. Maintain alignment. Avoid arms overhead. Keep elbows below shoulders. Avoid right side sleeping. Favor left side. Avoid flat back sleeping. Elevate your upper body 20 to 30 degrees. These are mechanical adjustments. They cost nothing. They require no prescription. They produce no side effects. But the long-term physiological impact can be significant. Sleep is when your heart rests, when your brain detoxifies, when your spine decompresses, when inflammation decreases. Do not let poor positioning sabotage that process. Choose one change tonight. Commit for 2 weeks, then evaluate. If you have medical conditions, speak with your physician before making significant changes. But do not ignore positioning simply because it feels familiar. The body adapts to habits. That does not mean the habit is optimal. Your future health is shaped by small, repeated behaviors. Even something as simple as how you lie down. Tell me in the comments, what position have you used for decades? Are you ready to try something different tonight? Because sometimes, protecting your heart and brain begins not with a pill, but with the angle of your pillow.